Insider, the Monday motivator and informational news source from Virginia Martial Arts Center. I'm your host, Darren Myers. Happy Monday, March 28th. This is our last one for March. So this week, we want to wish a happy birthday to Serenity Stevens, Donovan Stacks, and Judah Bridges. Happy birthday, guys, and enjoy the balloons. All right. Let's start off with our March lesson of the month about ethics. And this is our last one about ethics for the month. And our quote of the week is, "A man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world." Wow. And you think about it, if a person does not have an ethical background, ethical standards, they could be a wild, crazy beast. They could be somebody who you would not want to be around. Think of people, for instance, who are like criminals. Okay, they have no ethics, they have no standards, and they're loosed upon the world. They could be very dangerous people. And we teach that in our self-defense classes some. Now, your actions do not just affect you. Remember that. When you act unethically, it affects everybody around you. All your actions have a reaction, and when you make a bad decision, it can hurt many people. For example, if you choose not to do your part on, say, a group project, the rest of your group members will be forced to do extra work and risk the project not being done or not being done correctly. In our class, if you choose to mess around instead of listening and learning, then the rest of the class will be distracted and not learn as much as they could or as much as you could. So think about that. The next time your focus starts to wane away from the class, keep yourself on track, keep yourself focused on what we're trying to do. Have you ever made a decision that negatively affected others? I'm sure we all have, okay? And how did you feel afterwards? Probably not real good, you know? So we want to make sure we make decisions that are going to affect people in a positive way. And why is it so important to think about how your reactions will affect others? Well, we all want to be treated good. We want to do the golden rule thing where we treat others the way we want to be treated. So the reactions or the actions, the consequences that our actions have on others are very important for other people, but also for ourselves. Have you ever had someone make a decision that hurt you? Yeah, probably so. And, you know, again, that didn't make you feel very good, all right? And sometimes, sometimes they do that by mistake, and we have to remember that everybody makes mistakes, but we should always try to remember to go back to thinking about our ethics when we're getting ready to make a decision. And so think, how do your actions have an impact on the people around you? So every time we're doing something, every time we have to make a decision, we need to think about the people around us. We need to think about how our actions, how our attitude, how our words are going to impact other people. Think about it. All right, on to the dojo announcements. Now, tomorrow night, Tuesday, March 29th at 7 p.m., Greenbelt and Up testing will be held, and those who are eligible for testing have received their red tips. They've completed a written test. They've had permission and approval from their parents and one of their school teachers. And they must go through then they must go through the actual test for their next belt. So it's quite a process, and good luck to everybody testing. All right. Just a reminder that we are still requiring face masks in all our classes and of anyone that comes inside the dojo in order to protect some of our children who are at high risk. So please try to bring your own, as we're handing out almost 100 masks per week, which is an added expense to the dojo. So please bring your own and help save a few bucks. All right, the next tournament will be the South Carolina AAU District Championships to be held this Saturday, April 2nd in Greenville, South Carolina. Now, this competition is open to all students, and there are divisions and age groups for everyone. There is additional information on the bulletin board, and this particular tournament is put on by actually a good friend of mine, Mr. Tommy Hood, who was the national team coach for USA Karate. And what's interesting is his instructor at one point was the national team coach for USA Karate as well. So Tommy comes up from a good upbringing, a good background, and he puts on a great event. So if you want to see a good tournament, be there this Saturday. Okay, finally, Virginia Martial Arts Center is currently hiring. We are looking for a very energetic and just a go-getter kind of person to help with our after-school karate program and our summer karate sports camp. Now, this can be a full-time or part-time position, so if you know anyone who is seeking employment, or if you are yourself, let us know. We'd love to hire from within if we can. All right, guys, that's it for me today. So always remember our dojo ethics. Karate begins and ends with respect. We are responsible for our own behavior. Actions will always have consequences, and there is never an excuse for bad manners. And remember, we lead by example. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Karate Family Insider. We will see you in class.